dynamic lady, our next keynote speaker. Any guesses? Yes, the much awaited Pritha Saha Dutta. Now, she is a mindset transformation coach and has been a counseling psychologist for 8 years now. And she helps individuals who are dealing with stress, anxiety, confidence issues, and that's where she brings her expertise and her experience. And today she is going to talk about something very, very critical. What is that? How many of us are addicted to this, and how many of us really, really want to know what are the ill effects and how is this impacting us? Do we want to know? Yes. Yes? Do we want to know? Yes. Great, then please put your hands together for Pritha Saha Dutta.
Most people did not own a smartphone till 2014, touch to 2022. In less than a decade, a single tech device has gone from being unheard of to becoming a device that people cannot live without, to the point that they give up food, sleep, and even sex for. Let me tell you some mind-boggling stats about your smartphones that you're holding in your hands. 69% of smartphone users will check their mobile phones in the first 5 minutes of waking up. 86% of smartphone users will look at their phone while in a conversation with their friends, family, and loved ones. 71% of people will take their phones to bed with them. 41% of smartphone users take it to the bathroom. Guilty. 44% of smartphone users take a work call, work message, work email. They check their phones for work-related things. During a vacation, how many of you are guilty? Can I have a show of hands? Thank you for your honesty. And did you know that an average smartphone user will tap, scroll, and click on their device a whopping 2,617 times per day? Not to forget the concept of doom scrolling. That is, continually looking for bad news online, which has grown exponentially during the COVID-19 pandemic. As you see, our mobile phones are such an integral part of our lives. So much so that a judge actually said that if a visitor from Mars came down, they would conclude that our smartphones are a part of the human anatomy. Crazy, right? Hello everyone, my name is Pritha Saha Dutta. I'm a counseling psychologist and a mindset transformation coach. And today, I am going to tell you 5 ways that your mobile phone is killing you. You may think, oh Pritha, I don't think I'm addicted to my phone. Fair enough. But as a counseling psychologist, I think I am at the right place to say that, I'm the best person to talk to you about addiction, because in my clinic, I see these cases of different kinds of addictions day in and out. And the worst one is cell phone addiction, because majority of the people don't even realize that they are addicted to their devices. So if you think that you're not addicted, if you associated or identified with 3 or more of the statistics that I shared with you, you might have a teeny tiny problem. So let's talk about how does it feel when you're not able to locate your phone? Are you calm and composed, or are you freaking out? I know, right? There are people who actually get a panic attack, and this disorder is actually called, it's actually mentioned in the DSM-5, it's called nomophobia, which is the no mobile phone phobia. So, it's actually very, very normal to have it, but it's just as easy to beat. So how did it happen? Did the addiction happen overnight? Yes or no?
No.
No, you're right. It did not happen overnight. It happened over time gradually. So the first time you got your phone, your fancy, shiny smartphone, you downloaded a lot of apps. You called it your long lost friend. You sent a couple of text messages. You probably got some notifications on your phone, and every time your phone buzzed and beeped and dinged, you felt good. All thanks to a tiny molecule in your brain called dopamine. So every time you reached out to your device and you looked at it and you got a notification, you felt joy, happiness. That's nothing but the dopamine release. So every time you reached out for something, you got the dopamine release. Another time you reached out for something, Google, Instagram, WhatsApp, dopamine release, dopamine release, dopamine release. This is called the dopamine loop. Now what is dopamine? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is associated with feeling good. But that's not all that it does. It's actually also based with reward seeking. Its job is to feel rewarded, to seek for rewards and then feel rewarded. The best way to feel rewarded is swipe kitties, swipe puppies, swipe yummy chocolate pudding, reels. You know, every time we keep swiping, our brains have started associating feeling good with our mobile phones. It has started to make that connection. So, our brains, being natural human organ, it just, because that's how it's created, right? It wants to get easy hits of dopamine. So what does it do? It starts craving your phone. So it starts craving your phone and then you have it. You're addicted to your smartphone. But to be absolutely frank and honest, it's not completely your fault. The telephone, the mobile phone, the smartphone companies and app developers use exactly this information about dopamine and create apps and the user friendliness of the mobile phones to make it addictive. So it is actually working against you. So now let me tell you the 5 ways that a mobile phone is killing you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Thank you. Number 1, mobile phone kills your social life. Imagine my absolute shock. I was in Pune meeting some friends after a couple of years. I was there with my husband and I walked into a restaurant and there's a huge table of at least 15 to 20 family members sitting, eating in absolute silence. And then I happened to look at them to understand why. Guess what? They were all busy eating and the noses right into the mobile phone, right from the patriarch of the family till the toddlers. The toddlers had their own devices. I was amazed. It is happening on dates, it's happening at family dinners, it's happening at social gatherings, it's happening everywhere. It's very nice to meet you and your phone. Number 2, it kills our productivity, increases procrastination and drains us. Okay? See, our brains are wired to keep us safe and sometimes it misunderstands and confuses hard work with danger. And so what happens? You want to avoid all kinds of hard work. What is easier? To scroll on devices rather than using those couple of hours of focused work. So I avoid it. Number 3, it kills our physical health and mental health. Because scrolling on your devices, emailing, checking Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApping, texting, calling friends is considered sedentary. Your physical activity reduces, causing more chances of obesity, depression, as well as anxiety. Number 4, it kills your diet. My book on mindfulness eating, my ebook, talks about this, how it kills it. Because if you're always on your phone, you don't know what's going in. If you eat junk food or if you're eating healthy food, you don't know how much quantity you're eating, if you even like the food. And you just reach out mindlessly while on your device, any device. And the biggest culprit is your mobile phone. And studies have proven that teenagers who spend 2 to 3 hours daily non-stop on their mobile phones are more prone to be obese than the counterparts who don't spend their non-stop 2 hours or 3 hours gaming and being on Instagram. And finally, number 5, Instagram kills your self-esteem and original thinking. See, social media used to be a hobby and that's what we use our mobile phones for, right? But now it's become a guidebook. How I should act, how I should look, how I should perceive, and this has caused detrimental effects on the minds of people, especially teenagers and young children. So they take up unhealthy practices to look that way, to feel that way. And obviously they don't think by themselves. So you will ask me, Pritha, how do we beat this epidemic? Through the art of being mindful, through the practice of mindfulness. So let me invite you to a challenge. For the next 2 weeks, I would want you to practice keeping away your mobile phones, keep away from your mobile phones for 1 hour with intention. Just with intention, keep your mobile phones away, participate in a hobby, go for a walk, talk to a loved one, or enjoy the beautiful Pondicherry skies and the seas. Be dopamine free, 1 hour at a time. Reclaim your brain and your lives. Thank you.